Tracey Ryniec finds value in stocks, and it's because she's our value stock strategist, and she joins me now with a couple of other stocks that she's found some value in. And you kind of got a wide gambit here from technology to chicken.
Right.
So SanDisk, SNDK, that's kind of the technology stock, right?
Yep, the flash memory drive guys. Almost everybody knows who they are just because you have it, you end up buying one of their drives for like your camera or a tablet or smartphone, something or other, some kind of electronic device. So, but that's what makes it hot because all these specialty devices keep selling. They all need memory. So SanDisk reported a couple weeks ago, they did beat the Zacks consensus by 8 cents. It was a really good quarter for them. Revenue up 11%. The thing that the analysts really like about SanDisk is that they are controlling capacity. They're not going to, they're basically reducing their wafer capacity, which is going to bring, the inventories down. And so when you have less capacity in the system, you can charge more. It's just easier to get your product out there. So analysts have been raising estimates on this company, even before they made their earnings, but certainly after. They actually raised their revenue guidance for the full year. So you can see the estimates really jumping here. They're supposed to grow earnings by about 80% this year, which is like incredible because they've been doing that the last couple of years since the Great Recession, basically. They've been a real good growth story, but they're also great value stock. They're a little more expensive here than they have been, I think, when I've covered them in the past. They used to trade about 8 or 9 times. That was really cheap. Now they're about 14 times, but some of that is because this big rally that we just saw, but estimates are going up. So, it's still a value. You got the tremendous growth. It's just a good story.
All right, moving on to chicken, Pilgrim's Pride. PPC, the ticker symbol. Now, they actually process chicken.
Yes. They're one of the big chicken processors, makers. The chicken guys have been kind of interesting. They've all been value. The other competitors in the field, like Tyson's, it's the same thing. But prices were high for chicken. I mean, you had really high, record high corn prices, so that goes into what they feed them.
Right.
And so chicken prices have been high, and that's not necessarily good for them. But grain prices start to come down, and so the analysts really like this story because the stocks are already cheap. Their overhead costs are coming down. So far, what we've seen, a lot of these guys are big in chicken exporting as well, and export prices have remained elevated. So that's a good story. Their costs are coming down, the prices are maintaining, and so you can see even for these guys, earnings growth is there now too. They're not set to report until May 3rd, so we have a couple days still to go with these guys. But estimates are up into all these reports for the chicken processors because of these really good conditions. Now there is a caveat to that because we have the avian flu, the bird flu going on in China, and historically in years past when there's been a semi-big outbreak, it has affected chicken prices because people's suddenly demand goes down and chicken prices have been known to come down. But so far what the analysts are seeing is that's not happening this time. So far that's not an immediate danger, but it is something to keep in mind if you're going to buy one of these chicken processors. You can see 70% growth rate, estimates going up, like I said. The chart is kind of interesting. It's been holding around this new couple multi-year high here. Looks like it wants to break out. It keeps kind of hitting a new high, but it's not really totally there, but we may get that when it reports earnings. So it's only trading 8 times. It's still cheap. But the chicken story is an interesting one now with those food prices, the cost of the grains coming down.
Yeah. Also heard that the corn planting season this year so far not going so well.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. They've only been able, because of all the rain, been able to put in only a small fraction of what they normally would have planted already this spring.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see how that translates through this whole scenario.
Yeah, that could change the price of the corn, later on in the year. But for right now, the corn prices are on their side.
Meantime, do you own either one of these?
I do not.
All right. Other stock picks and stock picking strategies are accessible to you. If you go to Zacks.com's homepage, you can link right to them right off the homepage if you're not there already. With Tracey, I'm Terry Ruffalo.